All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon and hello. So today it is Midlands Gives, and here at SC Thrive, we're really excited to celebrate and bring to you some impactful stories that we want to share and garner your support for our efforts this year. So just a little blurb: Midlands Gives is here to celebrate and recognize the many organizations in our area that are really making an impact on our community. And this year at SC Thrive, when you donate, you are supporting all of our SC Thrive programs. So that means that you are supporting our vision of stabilized and healthy communities. And so we really appreciate your support and we really encourage you to give whatever you feel comfortable. So in order to give, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to midlandsgives.org/scthrive. So we really appreciate your generosity in this effort and supporting all of our programs this year. And in order for us to show you what we are doing in community, this year we want to share some fun and engaging stories of impact from some of my wonderful colleagues I have here with me. My name is Shannon, and I am happy to work on the marketing team here. So I'm in the office hearing all these stories all day long and hearing the impact that everyone's making out in the field. And we have people here right now ready to share with you what is happening. So I'll get everyone to go around and introduce themselves and share what are they seeing this year, what kind of stories of impact that they are hearing. So we can start with Joan.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm Joan Pachuta, and I work at SC Thrive as the Resource Directory Manager. Part of my responsibility is to teach mental health first aid. During the course, we teach adult mental health first aid or youth mental health first aid. When you graduate, it's a one-day course. You are certified as a mental health first aider for 3 years. So during the course, you learn signs and symptoms, how to address progression of signs and symptoms as they advance into a more severe state. We talk about suicide, and most importantly, basically, the language, how to speak to someone that's in that situation. I have not ever taught a class where anyone has said to me, "Oh my goodness," everyone leaves the class feeling so educated and enriched, and an uncomfortable topic they can now address with ease and have a language and a level of comfort in identifying and how to act and just how to speak and support someone that may need our help in an advanced state or just early signs and symptoms, as well as suicide. So please join us today and support us so we can continue in the future to support South Carolinians and educate them in the arena of mental health first aid. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you so much, Joan. We really appreciate that. Yeah, mental health first aid is just one of our really big efforts to bring education and awareness to the community. Just like Joan was saying, whenever I'm reading these, the feedback that we're getting, I've had clients say literally within 24 hours, they are using these techniques with friends, family, colleagues to help people in crisis. So that's just one of the many efforts that you can support this year during Midlands Gives. So next, we'll have Latoya. Please introduce yourself and just give a little blurb about what kind of stories are you seeing this year.
Hi, I'm Latoya. I'm working with the marketing team here at SC Thrive. And this year, I got a lot of stories from the housing project that I was a part of. While working on the SC State Housing Program, I saw firsthand how some of our services, well, really all of our services, impact those in South Carolina. During the pandemic, when many people were out of work and were unable to pay their bills, we stepped in and met those individuals where they were at, and we did that by providing financial assistance through our partnership with the SC State program. And during that time, I received lots of different messages of gratitude from different individuals, whether that was someone just saying thank you for responding to a message that they sent, or sometimes it would just be an appreciative of all of the work that we were doing here at SE Thrive and making sure that those clients were able to receive their housing payments. And just knowing that I had a part in a role of how families were able to stay into their house and not be put out on the streets, let me know that the work that we do here at SE Thrive is very meaningful and impactful.
Awesome. Yeah. That housing project definitely was a heavy lift. And our contact center and our contact center agents, along with all of our other staff, they really did an amazing job with helping people and helping our clients during a time of need that they were really stressed. It's very difficult sometimes whenever you have a lot of things on your plate, knowing where to go to, knowing how to talk to certain agencies. So that's one thing that I'm proud that I work with people that make it easier for people to really put a little bit of their stresses at ease and get the resources that they need. So that's, like we said, just one of the efforts that you guys can support this year during Midlands Gives. And that is midlandsgives.org/SC Thrive. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Jasmine. Please share your story and, what have you been seeing this year?
Thank you, Shannon. My name is Jasmine Tucker. I'm the Director of Outreach at SC Thrive, and my primary role is to work with our remote staff throughout the state and partnering with organizations that utilize our software Thrive Hub. And so at the throughout the first quarter, I've went to many organizations, and they have expressed how sustaining healthy communities and being able to give our clients a hand up versus a handout has been so instrumental in us being successful. And so Thrive Hub is the main catalyst of the way that we service the community by allowing them to apply for resources and to assess where they are. And so that technology component really helps with getting clients to where they need to be. We've done it during tax season in the low country. And so we were able to allow people that were used to standing in line for hours to make an appointment through our call center staff and get their taxes done for free. Not only do we save them that $273 on the front end from filing their taxes, but we also help them identify any tax credits that they may qualify for as well, along with providing them with that financial plan to become self-sustainable and to get out of crisis. And so it is lovely working with the partners throughout the state. We could not do the work or help the people that we encounter without supporters and our partners. Thank you, Shannon, for allowing me to share during your live today.
Awesome, of course, of course. And we want to invite anybody that is on our live today to please share your story of impact. Do you have anything that you would like to share in the comments or share with other friends and family that may be watching? We did have a comment come up that I want to read out. From Richard Moses, he says, "Great job with mental health first aid and with the housing project, which kept hundreds of families from being evicted at the height of the pandemic. Keep up the great work, team." Thanks so much, Richard. We really appreciate that comment. Like we said, that was a major push, and we've seen so many changes over the last 2 years, especially with us navigating the pandemic and trying to figure out what's next, what's new, what can we bring to South Carolina that's going to make it better and make us healthier. And so, we really appreciate anybody that is showing their generosity to our organization and any of the other organizations in the Midlands, because that partnership, that community connection is super important to us. And we want to invite you guys to stay connected with us today on social media. We will, of course, be sharing some more stories of impact from other colleagues. And like we said, you can always show your support year round, but especially today during Midlands Gives. It's midlandsgives.org/SC Thrive. Did you guys have any other final words or last things you wanted to add or share today?
I just wanted to say yesterday I had the wonderful opportunity of providing a demonstration of what our web-based portal Thrive Hub provides to clients. And that is just connecting all South Carolinians to resources that either they didn't know about or had specific barriers, not able to get in touch with them, that it's a seamless process that connects South Carolinians to necessary resources that they may want or need. And it's just a one-stop shop where you can apply for benefits, provide resources, as well as assess and evaluate the needs of each and every individual throughout the state of South Carolina. So thank you all for joining us today.
Yes, thank you guys so much. And just so we can share some other ways to show your support for SC Thrive and our efforts on Midlands Gives through social media, we have all of our icons and graphics that are published right now. Please feel free to share and comment and share these with your friends and family, message them to other colleagues that may be interested in supporting Midlands Gives and supporting SC Thrive, as well as visit our website, scthrive.org, to learn more about what other resources and services that we provide. And really, those are the main things that I have for today. We really appreciate anybody that tuned in for a quick chat and just to learn about what SC Thrive is doing to stay connected with the community. And before we go, we did have another comment. I don't want to rush off too soon. I'll share. So we have from Stephanie, oftentimes people who do not live in poverty lack an understanding of the fortitude and determination it takes just to make it out of poverty. SC Thrive's poverty simulations create an opportunity to influence lasting change in policies and procedures that create barriers for those living in poverty. Support SC Thrive today during Midlands Gives. Correct. Yes. So that is another effort. It's one thing for sure. It is very difficult to talk about all the things that we are working on this year in one live stream. So we really appreciate all the comments coming in. That's one effort that we are pushing this year as well. Poverty simulations is a certain type of training that we offer, and it just takes you through a day in the life of a person that may be facing challenges. So that is another effort that we are championing this year, and we really hope that you guys can participate and support, just so we can bring that stability to our community and bring that connection that we all are working towards together. And we did have a question come up in our chat on the poverty simulations. Jasmine and Joan, if you guys had any points, what are some things that people can take away from those poverty simulations? The things that you've learned?
Absolutely. So it is definitely a simulation of a person in the day of poverty. And so it allows you to identify barriers that many of us don't think about, such as PTO time. If you work from 9 to 5 and you need to have a doctor's appointment or you need to pay a bill and business hours close at 5, some of the participants experience that barrier of not having PTO to be able to handle everyday business or having a sick family member. It just allows you to think about, am I allowing the opportunity for the individuals that I serve to be sustainable? This is a very powerful simulation. We have a roundabout questionnaire at the end for us to evaluate what each individual's experience was like. Ms. Jones?
I had a comment the other day that someone that had attended the poverty simulation and said they are so excited that we're bringing them back now that some of the restrictions because of the pandemic have been lessened, that we are now opening this up in July. So please join us if you want to be part of a poverty simulation, just let us know. But every single person that has gone through it said it just opened up their eyes to things that they normally didn't consider. What you were saying, Jasmine, PTO, if the car breaks down or if the baby has an ear infection and they need to take time off of work, it just puts a whole new perspective that a lot of people just don't think about. So thank you for that question, whoever asked.
And in turn, we've had businesses change their hours of operation to accommodate individuals that need those services. And so there was a local business in the Horry County area that changed his business hours on Wednesdays to allow moms that otherwise wouldn't be able to access his services to come in later on Wednesdays. So it all takes us a village to assist our South Carolinians in becoming sustainable. Um, one sound, one beat, as we like to say.
Awesome. Yeah, we had another question in our private chat. We talked a little bit about mental health first aid. We talked about our poverty simulations. What are some other trainings that we offer at SC Thrive that any of you would like to speak on and touch on?
I would like to talk about our self care. We offer a 2 hour in person or virtual self care course that really allows you to take an audit of where you are, allows you to be present and focus on what are the stressors in your life and how can you change those things to eliminate burnout or anxiety or any other mental health barriers that you may experience. I strongly suggest that even community individuals, lay individuals that don't provide a service to community constituents to participate. It just allows you to focus on your mind, body, and soul. And that is a 2 hour training course that we offer that can be that you can register with your local regional coordinator.
Yeah. To your point, Jasmine, I had taken it and I thought, oh, I didn't really think, that much of it. And by the time I completed the class, it really dove deep into every facet of what you said, your mind, your body, and your soul. And I realized like 24/7, I'm checking my phone, it's by the side of my bed, I'm putting notes in, and just being able to say part of self care is recognizing where in those three that we need to really address and identifying that and working on it. So I encourage everybody. There's also financial wellness, which is Financial Wellness 101, credit reporting and debt recovery. So we encourage you, again, there are so many um, platforms that SC Thrive really works to take someone to a stabilized, healthy condition. And we take this job, every facet of it, to just identify where the need is and helping each individual and family along in that process. So we could, like you said, Shannon, we could take an entire afternoon talking about, financial wellness, mental health first aid, poverty simulations, Thrive Hub, just how SC Thrive works to help South Carolinians to stability.
Awesome. And we had a couple comments come in that I wanted to highlight. From Richard, he says, we take and this is touching back on the poverty simulations. He says, we take having transportation and even broadband for granted. When many people lack these resources, we, with our partners, we meet South Carolinians where they are. And this is helping remove several huge barriers, which is a really good point to make. Like we said, this is some things that sometimes we forget about. We forget that, these offices close so early that might not be a problem that I deal with, but maybe my neighbor does, or maybe another friend does. So that's very important to highlight. And we had another comment come in from Barbara Miller. And this is speaking on some of the other trainings that we do offer. Financial health. So that's basic financial health 101, debt and financial recovery, and credit reporting. And I'll say I have taken a couple of the financial health classes, and I myself, as a person that maybe overspends a little bit, has taken some really great notes from that myself, learning how to build credit and other just basic things that maybe you might not know about. Another comment that I wanted to highlight is from Stephanie McGuire. We all can do our part to help our state become healthier physically, mentally, and financially. So take mental health first aid or a self-care class this month.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. You can find all those resources on our website at scthrive.org. We have trainings throughout the year that you and your team can participate in. So we definitely encourage you guys to sign up and reach out to learn more about our trainings. And then we had another comment about our training come in from Jessica Childs. So SE Thrive's self-care class was amazing. Had different ideas that I had never heard in trainings, and it centered around self-care. And the best part is that the training is completely free. That is correct. Yes, our self-care training is free and is offered virtually. And just like our other comment, we have these trainings throughout the year, and you guys can sign up anytime, you and your team. And these are really good things that you all can pull from and invite your friends to as well. And we also did have another private comment or private question in the chat. What is SC Thrive's contact center? What is that about? What kind of services do they offer? Um, Latoya, I'm kind of putting you on the spot,
Right.
but would you like to speak on that? Just what is the contact center and what do they do?
The contact center is just or basically our hub. We get calls in from people in the community, whether that's a client that needs help finding something or maybe a partner site. We answer questions, we complete applications there. We're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if you call us, we can, I'm sure, get your application completed in a timely manner.
Awesome, yeah. And so let me see. And if you guys look into the comments and specifically on our Facebook feed, Barbara has dropped in the comments a link to some of our trainings on our Eventbrite page. And like we said, our contact center is going to be, their number is 800-726-8774. And we'll put that in the comment for you as well. And we are open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the weekdays. So that is whenever you guys can call in and ask about any applications or get anything started over the phone.
Thank you, Shannon.
It's the only contact center in the entire state of South Carolina that can take a SNAP, TANF, Medicaid application over the phone and submit it.
All right. Okay, and those were the last comments. One more comment, because I love it. Richard, self-care is not selfish.
That's right. That's right.
Also, we appreciate that.
And even if you are practicing some of the techniques and stuff that they provide and tell you about in self-care, there you always find other things that you can possibly be doing to better take care of yourself.
Awesome. Yeah. So that is just a brief synopsis of the many services and programs that SC Thrive is offering, and we're excited to offer this year and continue offering this year. So, like you said, it's Midlands Gives. We're happy and excited to celebrate and acknowledge all of these amazing organizations in our area. And we are asking for your support this year to continue to support all of our programs. We really appreciate your generosity because without the support from donors like you, we wouldn't have been able to make such an impact in our community, like you just heard. Be sure to stay tuned to our social media channels this today and ongoing because you'll learn more about different opportunities coming up as well as hear more stories that are happening right in our community. And don't forget that you guys can donate today. The link is midlandsgives.org/scthrive. And we really, really appreciate your time today. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, engaging, commenting. Be sure to go back and read the comments and get all that valuable information and learn about our trainings and contact center and how you can stay connected with us today and years to come. So thank you guys so much for your support on Midlands Gives and throughout the entire year. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, Jasmine and Latoya for joining me today, entertaining me on live. I really appreciate it, and we really appreciate y'all's support.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You too.